Hello, 大家好, I'm Grace. So many of you have asked that since Chinese has tones, how do people sing in Chinese? And do native speakers really understand the lyrics when listening to music? These are some excellent questions, so let's find out. Before we start, I have some good news for you. If you're looking for a structured online course to learn Chinese, I highly recommend Yoyo Chinese. Yoyo Chinese has just released their brand new web app with over 1,000 amazing video lessons, a ton of handwritten quiz questions, and many other useful study tools. They have a video-based pin chart, automated HRS flashcards, and lots more. About 10 years ago, Yoyo Chinese presented a new technique for learning Chinese tones that focuses on tone pairs. So far, it's been a very good method I've found for learning tones, so I think you will really like it too. And right now they are having a Black Friday sale. You definitely don't want to miss out on this deal. So I've put a link in the description below to their site where you can sign up for a free account and try out their courses yourself. Be sure to check it out. Okay, now let's talk about how Chinese tones work in songs. If you have watched my previous videos on Chinese tones, you will know that pitch is the key to pronouncing each tone correctly. For the first and fourth tones, you need to start with a relatively high pitch. And for the second and third tones, it's the opposite. You need to start with a relatively low pitch. But here's the problem. In a song, the melody also has something to do with the change in pitch. So how can they work together? Nowadays, for most Chinese songs, melody and rhythm are usually composed first, and then lyricists would fill in the words. Usually, songwriters would do their best to choose lyrics with tones that match the melody, so that listeners can understand them better when listening to the song. There is a famous singer/songwriter who does this pretty well. His name is Li Zongsheng, and here is one of his songs. You might have noticed that in this song, the Chinese tones match the melody pretty well. So even without looking at the lyrics, you can probably still understand most of it. However, matching Chinese tones with the melody is not an easy task. So very often, songwriters sacrifice the tones to accommodate the melody. And in this case, it becomes pretty hard for even native speakers to understand what the lyrics are. Sometimes the mismatching of the tones and melody causes listeners to mistake one word for another. For example, in the course of the song 我的歌声里, there's a line that goes, 你存在我深深的脑海里. You exist deeply in my mind. For the 深深, they're both the first tone, so they should remain at a high pitch. But because of the melody, she sings them at a low pitch. So people often misunderstand it to be,
你存在我深深的脑海里.
You are in my aunt's mind.
"爱你就等于爱自己. Loving you is just like loving myself."
爱你就等于爱只鸡.
Love you is equal to love a chicken.
他们猜，随便猜，不重要. They guess whatever they guess, it doesn't matter.
他变态，谁变态不重要.
He is perverted. It doesn't matter who perverted.
为何每个妹妹都嫁给眼泪? Why does every little sister marry tears?
为何每个妹妹都嫁给人类?
Why does every sister marry a human?
你是我的主打歌. You're my title track.
你是我的猪大哥.
You are my big brother pig.
千年等一回. Waiting for 1,000 years just to be with you.
千年的女鬼.
Millennial female ghost.
那个等在车窗里面的人已不是我. The one waiting inside the car is no longer me.
那个等在厕所里面的人已不是我.
The person waiting in the toilet is no longer me.
是什么让我不再怀疑自己 What is it that made me stop questioning myself?
是什么让我不再画一只鸡？
What made me stop drawing a chicken?
我喜欢我飞舞的头发 I like my hair flowing in the wind.
我喜欢我废物的头发。
I like my trash hair.
So in fact, as a native Chinese speaker myself, I don't always understand the lyrics when I listen to Chinese songs. But most of the time, even though the tones are a bit off, I can still understand 80 to 90% of the lyrics based on the context. Also, in Chinese music videos, subtitles are often provided, so we can understand the lyrics easily. Now you might be wondering if it's a good idea to learn Chinese through songs. Here's my 2 cents. As you now know, the tones in Chinese songs can be off sometimes, but Chinese tones play such an important role in distinguishing words. So I'd say it's still very important to have a structured course to learn Chinese, especially for Chinese pronunciation. But that doesn't mean that you can't learn Chinese using Chinese songs at all. They can still be a good supplement to your learning, especially if they help increase your motivation to learn Chinese. By the way, if you're trying to find a good structured course to learn Chinese, don't miss out on Yoyo Chinese Black Friday deals. Okay, that's it for today. I hope today's video cleared up any confusion you had about how Chinese tones and song melodies work together. If you have any thoughts on this topic, feel free to share it in the comments. 那如果你喜欢今天的影片，别忘记按赞、订阅和分享哦。Also, if you'd like to learn some daily Mandarin expressions, check out my Instagram, Grace Mandarin. 那我们就下次见喽，拜拜。